Well, hello. These are the announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for the fourth Sunday of Easter. That's April 25th, 2021. It is lovely to see you. I hope you are well. The big news is that we're back doing indoor, in-person worship. Last week was a small start, but a good start. There were people who didn't know that we'd started who now know, and so we're going to grow from there and trust that God will bring us together in the time of God's choosing. This next week, this Sunday, the 25th, there will be 3 in-person services again. There'll be an 8:30 indoor, in-person service at Peace. There will be a 9:30 outdoor, in-person service at Nelsonville, and a 10:15 in-person indoor service at Nelsonville. There are links below this announcement box, and there are also links in the email that all the members are being sent so that you can register for one of these services. Please register for the one that you actually want to come to. That helps us quite a bit. And for the indoor in-person services, we are again using an outfit called Eventbrite. And the benefit of Eventbrite is that it cuts off registration when the room's capacity is reached. So the last week we weren't close to reaching capacity, so we stayed with 3 services this week. But if we fill out any of these services, next week we'll add a 4th service. And we'll add the service where the people want to come, and we will make sure that everyone who wants to come to church can come to church. So take a moment, make sure you're clicking the button you want to click, and we will love to see you this next week at worship. Other things that you need to know, our high school graduating students, if you would send us a picture and a little paragraph or a couple sentences about where you're headed and what you're planning to do, we'll find some way to display that, at least on the web, perhaps in worship, but you are precious to us. It has been such an incredibly weird year, and we'd all like to know what's going on. Not just me, not just Pastor Gretchen, not just the staff, but the whole community. So thank you for that indeed. Crossways Summer Camp registration is open. You want to go to crosswayscamps.org, crosswayscamps.org, and the Nelsonville Welka has funds that they have set aside to help people connected to Nelsonville go to summer camp. You should talk to Grandma Anita about that, and we will give you the help that we can. Peace always tries to give help as well, and so if you're a Peace member and your kid is going to summer camp, give us a call or an email, and we will figure out how we can help, what we can do, how much of that burden we can take off of you to help send your kids to camp. All right, the prayer list. We have some new names on the prayer list. There are still 2 families in the immediate stages of grief, and so I commend them to you, not only for your prayers, but for acts of neighborly love and service. And if you need help, members, figuring out who these people are, you give the church office a call or text Pastor Gretchen or me, and we will let you know who we're talking about. Now, there's a man that has a wound that's not healing very well, that we're remembering. Now, there's a congregation in the synod that is in the middle of their call process, and there've been a hiccup or 2, and so if you'd be praying for them, for discernment for them, what it is that they're looking for in their next pastor, and how to find that person and then come to some sort of consensus as a congregation, we would appreciate that. There's a man in our midst who may not be able to live independently anymore, and there's a tremendous amount of grief, of course, associated with that. So if you would be praying for him, I would be grateful. There's a man recovering from surgery. He's doing all right. There's a young person connected to the parish, not a member of the parish, but connected to us, who has a cancerous brain tumor, and it's just a very scary, a very vulnerable time for that family. And then Dwayne is recovering from his triple bypass surgery. He came home. He had to go back to the hospital. He's home again now, and so we'll continue to pray for him and to hope that God pours out mercy on Dwayne. The rest of the prayer list you've seen before, but I do commend it to you as we do every week. We are continuing to do our Lutheran World Relief Kits. Welka in both churches drives that bus, but there are people who make their own kits, and so there's a link at the top of the website called Care Kits. You click that, and it will tell you exactly how to make either a school kit or a baby care kit or a refugee kit. I guess it's called a personal care kit, not a refugee kit, but they wind up going to refugee centers around the world. And if you're a person who can do something with zero creativity, then we would love to have you make your own kits. If you're a person who just needs to express yourself, then we'd be grateful if you would bring us pieces of kits, anything that you find that's on any of the lists. We store them, we assemble them, we put together kits, and they go all over the world. And every year, hundreds of kits come out of these churches to help people in need around the world. In like manner, hundreds and hundreds of quilts come out of these two little churches to help people in need, again, mostly in refugee camps around the world. And so when you're out and about, as things lift, as you're shopping, as you're garage sailing, any big piece of clean fabric, used or not used, we can turn into a quilt. So drapes, curtains, bedspreads, anything, a big piece of fabric, we can use sheets. Let us know, or bring them in, and we would be delighted to use those materials, and we'd be grateful indeed. Track continues to be open. This is the Tomorrow River Area Community Kitchen. This is our food shelf. For anybody who lives in the school district, you don't have to be a member. There's no religious test. We're not going to ask you a bunch of awkward questions. No one should be hungry in this place and in this time, and to the best of our ability, we're going to make sure that no one's hungry. So whether it's you or someone that you know, neighbor, come in, bring your neighbor in, let them know. We would be honored to meet their need. That's Monday mornings and Thursday evenings, and by appointment if those times don't work. Last announcement that I'm going to stress today is that we are continuing to try to give away money for college scholarships. We have 4 scholarships, and so far we have received 1 application for 1 of the scholarships. Now, maybe this person applied for 2. I'm not sure about that, but 1 person. That's ridiculous. High school seniors and others of you who are beyond your first year of school, several of the scholarships can be used for kids beyond their first year. We would love to support you as you move forward on your life path, and so we're running out of days. The scholarships must be returned by April 30th to be considered this year, and so I encourage you to do that. And to the one person who has already filled out an application, I'm sorry, I just made it less certain that you're going to get funded, but I'm sure you understand. We're all in this together. So those are the announcements of which I'm aware. I am so glad that we are headed back toward our full communal life. So glad for this connection that you and I have, even during this odd time. And I'm grateful for all that you're doing for these churches, your financial support, your prayers, your good wishes for me and for Pastor Gretchen and for the staff. It is all appreciated more than I can say. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.